Good evening, everybody. Is it Wednesday today? Mindset Explosion, episode 7. Oh my gosh, what's the weather about today? It's been icy and snowing, and it got nice. I'm just going to invite some people on. Thank you for tuning in. It's a short one tonight. It's all about, what's around the corner. If you've seen the news today, that's basically, I'm going to talk a little bit about something I've seen on the news. What that means, all right, or what it could mean. There's a nice bit of snow patch out here. I was looking out the window. I'm at the new location, still working. I looked at it this morning and I thought, oh my gosh, nothing is happening. I just feel like I got to a point where nothing much was happening. So had a little design moment on shifted things about where I'm going to put stuff, and that's all changed again, but only a little bit. It's more changed. I'd say it's more evolving and progressing up that way, and it definitely is coming on, and the picture's just becoming clearer and clearer in my head. All right, I'm only going to invite a few. You can all catch it later on, I'm sure. All right, let me just drop that down. Hey, Rob, how you doing, buddy? You getting ready for class? I'll be back training as soon as, mate. All right, so look, this is about, are you prepared for what's around the corner? That's what this video is all about. So today, maybe the weather caught you out. You can't really do much about that. It's nothing you can control. You can maybe prepare on how you're going to work from home or wherever else. But in the news today, if you didn't see it, Toys R Us is gone into administration, and also Maplin. They've gone, just totally bust. And this is basically where the world is just changing so much. We lost Blockbuster Video. I think I said this in a previous video, and there's a lot of guys talking about this kind of thing at the moment. Blockbuster Video went ages ago when Netflix came in. I'm quite surprised personally that HMV still going, the music shop. So I hope that's not something that's going to crash for those guys soon. But Toys R Us. I remember driving down to Bristol's, getting up to Christmas as a kid. My mum would take me down, we'd go and have a look around, obviously sort out children in the family, and maybe I would say, yeah, I want this. And that's not there no more, because they weren't prepared for around the corner. The world changed. Maybe people are buying more online. Maybe they're going to the entertainer. I don't know. I remember hearing about how they were struggling. They were going to close so many down. And, well, why didn't they just do that? Why didn't so were they prepared enough for the future? Would it just be easy to make those shops into a warehouse real fast and save some jobs? Anyway, it happened, whatever has happened. I haven't read it properly. I only seen the headline. They've gone into administration. So, shout out to my team. Michelle, Alina done their live videos today, because I have to prepare my team for the future. And this is something I talked about with them on Monday and over probably most of this year, on how are they going to position themselves for if something doesn't quite work out. As an employer, you've got a responsibility for your team, your staff, to look after them and make sure they're provided for. And, friends, family. Hi, Andrea. How you doing? Friends, family, yes, they're always me. I'll be at the top. I got to come first, and people I care about come first. And then it's staff, and of course my members and clients are important. But if my staff aren't right, then the rest won't follow suit. So that's just something that I work on. But with them, it's very important. What they've done, if you've seen some of the videos I've shared today, is I got to prepare them for the future and the worst case scenario that may happen. I don't know how martial arts and fitness will go. We could do it in virtual reality goggles in about a year's time. So, we got to prepare ourselves for different things, and who knows how it's going to change. Netflix is probably pushed out things like Blockbuster. Maybe it was cable TV, but Netflix is now starting to take, and Amazon, things you can download, is now taken over with, let's say, cable TV. The world is just changing. And that's just how it is. And if driverless cars are going to be in the UK in 2020, well, how does that impact certain job roles? When in another say 10, 15 years, and there's no steering wheel in your car anymore, and there's less accidents, well, how is that going to impact things? How is virtual reality going to impact the world? And if we're not, if you're not prepared for those things, then you're going to be one of these other people that's, oh, now what do I do? Because I've trained in this all my life. Remember in the UK, it was, when I was growing up, it was all the coal, they closed the coal mines. What did those guys do? What, were they ready for that? So the point of this is, like, you never know what's around the corner. And the whole point of the videos is, yes, like these guys, my staff have got a great message. They're great personal development coaches. They've got different life experiences, and they're out to change the world, or however it's going to be. It just so happens we're at a martial arts academy, and unfortunately, we're all getting older. It gets to a point when they maybe can't jump around as much, so they're preparing a way for younger staff to come in and take over, and for them either they stay with me as we grow, or they go and do their own thing, in which case I'm going to support them anyway. Same way as my instructor has fully supported me and moving off to here. So think about like the impact of technology and how the world is changing. Does it affect you? And don't be so naive to think it doesn't, because it totally will. I think it was, I listened to Gary Vaynerchuk and a lot recently, and so insightful into what is happening in the world. And a lot of the stuff he was saying, maybe I don't know, when Facebook and all these things were coming out, it's happened. and you've got to be up on these things. That's just my opinion, of course. And there's going to be some things. Well, I think I'm in this area, like even the NHS. Linda, you work for the NHS. Look how that's changed over the last, 10 or so years, and budget cuts and all this kind of thing. It just is. I personally feel that the world is just on the turn of a massive shift. The kids, my children are on tablets, and not taking tablets, but they watch their tablets. Their entertainment is YouTube. They'd rather sit and watch someone play Sliver than put some, I get home from school, I'd want to watch Grange Hill or Blue Peter or whatever, was on, watch a cartoon, but they'd rather sit and watch a man talking about how to make a Minecraft building. And those are the clever ones. So if, why I've pushed the team now for their social media is because I don't want someone to overtake, and then something, I'm sure we'll be fine with the Martial Arts Centre here. I'm very confident on it. I love Grange Hill as well, Grace. It was my favourite. It was nothing like going to, I went off on one now, it's nothing like going to school to come back and watch kids at school, right? So it's to encourage the team to prepare for their future of whatever may or may not happen. And some people think we're mad and crazy and what's the point, but we really do not care. We're just going to drive it forward and, to present ourselves that, we know what we're talking about. We've, same as everyone, got life experiences, and that's pretty much it. So that's the mindset explosion for today. So if you've got something from that, obviously chuck in your explosion emojis, but also the hashtag mindset explosion, and think, just what is the future for you? What's around the corner? How does certain things impact us? That, you can go on YouTube and there's people, making a living out of cutting bits of paper or making slime or doing whatever. Respect to them. They've gone out there and it's not like their work, because you see like 2 minutes, but you don't see the bits that are in between and what they got to do to, really push that on. What's that say, Andrew? I wish you was my boss. I think you need to do talks in supermarkets. I can come in and do a talk. You work at Morrison's, right? I can come down. I'm open for talks. I got a talk to do at a business network, 23rd of April. A couple other things coming up as well. So I'm always available for these sort of things. That's pretty much it, all right? So look, for me, I'm not scared of losing staff. If they go, they go. That's fine. I'm supportive. But it's not just about providing a career for here. It's providing a future that is beyond here. And as I grow and develop, I want to take the, whoever's around me with me, because, that just seems like the normal right thing to do, which makes sense, right? All right, guys, so have that little food for thought. What are you doing to prepare yourself for the future? Don't just do what you were told necessarily at school, or what your parents might have said. May not be, I wouldn't say it's relevant now anyway, because, as I said, the world has just so much changed. Boom. All right, guys, chuck that emoji explosion in. My bags are under my eyes, they're getting a bit whatever. Oh, forgot yesterday. I got a shout out. I had a business meeting or mentor meeting with Sophie Benson from Sophisticare First Aid. She is, and listen, this is where things change. So she listened to about this much of my advice, where she's chasing after, clients, flipped it on her head, took my advice, and now she's getting people emailing her. So that's awesome. Well done, Sophie. She is a great first aid instructor. She's got some real good ideas coming up. So check her out. I'm sure she'll watch this later and she'll be able to tag in her page for you. All right, guys, I said I got to finish up, go and get some food and close my eyes and go to sleep. Peace. Bye-bye.